Hello, my name is Ronan Murphy, and I am a record producer and mixer, and we're here at my studio Veneto West in Los Angeles, California. I'm lucky enough to do records all over the world, and over the last 20 years managed to get involved with hundreds of albums. A lot of people know my work with some of the progressive rock bands like King Crimson and Steve Morris and Terry Bozzio and those kinds of things, but I also do a lot of pop records around the world, and my last two hit records have been in Iceland and Malaysia, so managed to keep things pretty interesting. And we're here to talk about the Nail, the new compressor from A Designs. I've been beta testing this unit off and on in various incarnations for good 6 to 8 months now, and it looks like we're just about ready for prime time. So I want to tell you a little bit about what I've been doing with it, the ways that I've found it to be useful, and how it's actually a pretty interesting complement to a lot of the gear I've already got in my studio. The Nail has actually been a pretty cool addition to my studio. It took me a little while to get my head around it. One is just the interface and the design of it is really unique. You're not going to find another compressor like it anywhere on the market. So it took a little while just to get used to the functionality and how it works. And also it took a while for me to get used to the sound of it. I'm actually almost more interested in the artifacts of compression than I am the simple gain reduction. So a lot of the things I'm drawn to are units that have a lot of interesting coloration, like a Manley Very or an old LA2A, or even the BAC 500 from Pete's Place, which have a lot of interesting character. You run things through them, you start compressing, and there's a lot of cool artifact and coloration. Once I got deep into this, I really kind of fell in love with the creative options it opened up for me. And what's cool about this is the ultimate Swiss Army knife for gain reduction and envelope shaping, really using compression for what it was designed for as a tool to, constrain dynamic range and be able to manipulate the envelope of a sound. And it really is the Swiss Army knife. I don't think I've ever used anything that's opened up this much control about what I could do in terms of sculpting those things. And actually what I've found with the Nail, which has been really interesting surprises, I've actually found it to be a really cool complement to the compressor collection that I've already got. So either just bringing a very different style of compression to different elements on the mix, or what I've actually found myself doing quite a bit is using compressors that I really love for their coloration, and then using the Nail to really open up the control I have in terms of controlling dynamics and shaping the envelope. What's cool about it is it allows you to do a really extreme range of manipulation, whether you're, again, trying to squash or manipulate dynamics or really change the envelope of a sound without really imparting its own color in an overbearing way, which is actually a really cool thing, something I actually don't have in my collection of hardware compressors. In some ways, it's almost like what I wish plugins would do, but don't. It allows me to do really clean reduction and manipulation, and opens up a whole range. It's got its own color for sure. It's got a bit of a tube coloration to it, and things actually sound a little better just going through it. But it's not overbearing, and it's amazing what you can do without its coloration really starting to overpower the sound of the audio you're running through it, or overpowering the sound of the other components that you've got going on in a mix.